I think one of the main stigmas that follows shows like MLP is the idea that they are made just for a younger audience, and it's a bad thing for someone older to be watching this. After all, MLP is abundant with bright colors and child-friendly themes. It's no surprise that from a first glance, many people see the show as a program made just for kids and only for kids. Yet, despite this, the show enjoys a large adult audience, completely dismissing the common wisdom. So what's the deal? Is MLP just for kids? Or is it a show that anybody can enjoy and should be able to enjoy? Let's talk about that. So, as you may or may not know, MLP has been around since 1981. That's nearly 40 years ago. Of course, it's gone through many different renditions and revamps over the years, but since the very beginning, it's been a show and franchise that has been heavily marketed towards a younger group, with very little effort being made to be palatable for an older audience. But then in 2010, we were greeted with a new show, the fourth generation of the franchise, that while it was certainly centered around a younger audience, took care to be entertaining and enjoyable for all. And this showed. With a focus on appealing to a more varied demographic, we saw many of all ages enjoy the new program, and a bustling fandom filled with non-traditional viewers to boot. But despite this, MLP was and still is seen as a children's show, not something an adult should enjoy watching. Why is that? Well, the name itself has history. As I mentioned earlier, MLP has been around for a very long time, and for about 2 decades has been solely known as a children's show. Especially when the name and feel of the show is kept the same, it's tough to change the overall perception of something if it's been known as being one way for so long. But it's not just MLP. Cartoons for a very long time have been seen as a medium just for kids. Any kids TV channel will sport a bulky lineup of cartoons and has done so for as long as many of us can remember. With so many cartoons aimed at kids, it's no wonder why people would assume that an animated show is just for a younger audience. Now, of course, for a show to be enjoyable by a wide demographic, it has to offer something for, well, everyone. For example, Barney the Dinosaur was an extremely popular show when I was young, but would be something that most adults would struggle to watch through today. It's a program that caters specifically to a very young audience, teaching them various things that you would be interested in at that age, but with really no attempt to be engaging for older viewers. Now, of course, it's not a cartoon, but many children's shows are, which feeds the misconception that cartoons are just for children. However, this mentality is changing. Especially in recent years, we've seen shows like Futurama, Archer, Rick and Morty, just to name a few, are examples of recent animated shows that are oriented towards an older audience. They prove that cartoons don't have to be just for kids, and I have no doubt we'll continue to see more cartoons like this going forward. But those cartoons are aimed specifically for adults, or at least not intended for a younger audience. While they do break the stigma that cartoons are just for kids, there's something to be said about a cartoon that is enjoyable for everyone: kids, teenagers, adults, those of all ages. I've recently had the chance to watch through Avatar and Steven Universe. Both are shows that have been either aired recently or are still continuing, and I would without a doubt classify both of these shows as entertaining and enjoyable for all ages. They have something in them for everyone: adventures, life lessons, things like that that anybody at any stage of their life can enjoy, relate to, and appreciate. And it's no surprise that these shows have large fandoms and eager audiences surrounding them. They're proof that an animated show can be entertaining and enjoyable for everyone. But where does MLP fit into all of this? In my own opinion, MLP is one of those shows that has the potential to appeal to an audience of any age. I like to use one of my favorite episodes of Season 5, Tanks for the Memories, as a perfect example of the show offering something for everyone. To quickly sum up the episode, Rainbow's pet turtle was preparing to hibernate for winter, which meant that for certainly a lengthy period of time, Rainbow wouldn't be able to see her beloved pet. She ends up going through the 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and at the end displays acceptance of the fact that she's going to lose her friend for a very long time. Now, of course, loss is something literally anyone can relate to. Maybe it's a favorite toy we had as a child. Maybe it's a friend who moves to another town, or maybe a grandparent or close relative passes away. It's something that we can all resonate with and understand. We can interpret the episode in our own way and relate to it. And this is just one episode in a long series that explores topics just like this. It's one of the many reasons why I like the show and why so many others are the same. So, is MLP a show for kids? It absolutely is. But it's also a show for anyone of all ages to enjoy and experience. So, if you haven't, give it a try. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. But now we want to hear from you. Do you think that MLP is a show just for kids? What's your opinion? Let me know in the comment section below. I always love hearing what you have to say. But with that, I want to thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed, then be sure to leave a like. As well, don't forget to subscribe. It helps support me for free, and it only takes a click. As well, you can find me outside of the show on Facebook and DeviantArt, where I post artwork as well as real-life shenanigans. Links will be in the description. So once again, thank you so much for watching. This is Tyandaga signing out.